We have made numerous adaptations and have been successful in keeping this virus numbers low. We must continue to follow the advice of Dr. Fitzgerald and a safe return to school plan. It is our best defense against the virus. Go back a few months and think, where were you all 2 o'clock on every day of the week? We were listening to Dr. Fitzgerald. We followed her rules. We followed her regulations. She helped lead us with this pandemic to where we can actually do what we're doing. There are no guarantees that COVID-19 won't find its way back into our schools or our provinces, but our children are resilient and we will get through this, but we have to work together. We must continue to have faith in our government, our Premier, our Minister of Education, and the Newfoundland and Labrador English School District, our teachers, our administrators, our secretaries, our custodians, and all other staff as they work to make our schools safe. I find it good in the night time. My wife is a retired teacher. She had 31 years in the class. And a lot of things that are happening I ask her about. Her experience, her knowledge of what teachers and administrators and the rest of the people in the school system do are exceptional. This will work. With the leadership that's been shown her today, this will work. In conclusion, I'd like to thank the many people, the school council members who have reached out to me over the past few months. We have said all along that we wanted our children, our students, to go back to school in a healthy, safe learning environment. That is being provided by the government today, the minister today, and the Thank you all. Despite the challenges that we have all faced during this pandemic, I've been inspired by your determination and spirit. I say that to our school councils because our school councils have been so positive along the way. Is going back to school going to be 100%? No, it wasn't last year, it wasn't the year before. But we as school councils in this province, the Federation of School Councils, offer our full support, as I've told the Minister in our phone calls. I know that it has not been easy, but your commitment to supporting your children over the last several months has been reaffirming, constructive, and exceptionally encouraging. The Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of School Councils will continue to safeguard the well-being of our children, your children, and preserve the continuation of learning. Your role as parents and school councils is critical to making this a reality. While we begin the back-to-school transition period, it is critical that we all be supportive, kind, and calm. Our students are watching, listening, and counting on us to help them adjust to new changes as they embark on their new learning journey. Collaboration, constructive dialogue, and we will continue to move the plan forward. Thank you for the invitation to be here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Coombs. Our final speaker for this afternoon is Dr. Janine Hubbard, a clinical child psychologist. Dr. Hubbard.
Thank you so much for the invitation to be here this afternoon. I've been asked to speak this afternoon on just a few tips, strategies, and ideas that parents can use both this week and in the upcoming weeks to reduce your child's anxiety and help with the transition back into the new school year. And really, the first step is taking a look at your own feelings, taking a look at your own worries and how you're expressing them, and making sure that while it's important to have candid conversations with your children, if your feelings and emotions are really heightened, you may need to be very careful about how much of that you're exposing to your children. The next step is know the coping style that your child has. There are some kids who are information seekers and they want to know every minute detail of what that first day of school is going to look like, what the classroom is going to look like, and that's how they cope. This year that may be more challenging than other years because of the ever-evolving nature of things, but hopefully you can help to provide them with as many details as you do have at your disposal. On the other hand, we have a whole group of kids who are the tell me when it's happening and don't worry about it beforehand. So knowing the style that your child has will help to prepare them best moving forward. And the basic thing is ask them about their worries. You may be surprised. I know we are so focused on COVID. We're so focused on the health and safety needs. Many kids kind of actually trust us as adults and think that we've got that under control, and they're far more worried about who are their classmates going to be this year, or who's going to sit in the table next to them. So ask them about their fears, validate them, support them, and help them problem solve. Model for them how you have been problem solving some of your concerns about the upcoming year, and help them to generate responses for themselves. Acknowledge the disappointments. There are a lot of things that are going to be different this year. There are a lot of, for example, extracurricular activities that might not be happening or might not be happening in the way that they're accustomed to. Acknowledge that disappointment. If possible, help them determine some alternate activities, some things that might work as a bit of a substitute, even if it's not a perfect one. And then discuss the excitements that they are having. All of the kids that I have spoken to over the last few weeks, even ones who in a normal year wouldn't be so thrilled about going back to school, they're excited. They've missed their friends, they've missed the structure, they've missed their routine. And it's also important for us to remember that for, unfortunately, a large number of children in this province, school is the safest place in their life. And there are a number of kids for whom we need to get them back in that environment. Moving forward, the one conversation I would ask you to have with your kids is talk to them a little bit about stigma and individual differences. As we move forward, there's going to be differences in mask use. There are going to be some kids in the junior high and high school who, for a variety of reasons, are unable to follow the mandate in terms of mask use. There will be children in the elementary grades who, for again, a variety of personal or family reasons, may choose or feel that it's important to be wearing a mask. We need to make sure that we understand that everyone's circumstances are different. Again, there are many children who are going to have difficulty tolerating some of the changes, the not being able to move around as much, the difficulty maintaining social distance as much as possible. So again, talking to your kids about tolerance, talking about acceptance, stressing that we're all going through this differently. And then moving forward, while we're hoping that our schools and our communities are going to be safe this fall, teaching them empathy. We've had a lot of stigma and shame associated with someone either going for COVID testing or being diagnosed with COVID. And we need to make sure that they know that the importance of having empathy and sympathy for classmates, for family members, for members of the school environment who may have to self-isolate, who may develop the symptoms and the disease, and we want to teach empathy for them. And then last thing is remembering flexibility. If we have developed no other skill in the last 6 months, boy, it's the ability to roll with the punches and learn that what we were told one day might not apply the next day. Remind your kids of how much we've coped with that. We've coped with uncertainty. We've coped with the need for flexibility. And boy, we're still going to need that in this next school year, because what next week looks like, it's probably going to be very different from the end of September or November or even into February, and reminding them that this is an ever-evolving process. And then finally, reminding everyone that the best way to manage anxiety is to focus on your own behaviors and your own actions, things that you have control over. COVID has presented a lot of things that are out of our control. We do have actions that are within our control. Hand washing, mask wearing, social distancing, all of the safety precautions that we've been taught over the last 6 months. Now's the time to make sure we're using them. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you.